As a recovering hyper independent woman, this will strike home for me because I had to learn this lesson. I wouldn't say the hard way, but I kind of sort of the hard way. Yes, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. The lesson that we're going to be talking about today is companion planting. And a companion is just not the opposite sex. It's not just a love story. It's not just a romantic relationship, but companions can be your friends, can be your coworkers, can be the people in your community. It can be the people at church. It can be wherever you are. There are plants in our lives, people in our lives that act like companion plants for our garden. And that's what we'll be talking about today. I see today that I'm be moving my hands a lot, so I had to put the mic on me because, honey, this is I'm teaching you what I learned firsthand experience. Most of all the videos are about firsthand life experience. And in this garden series specifically, because this is really if you've been here for a while, you can kind of see, but it's really about self-discovery. But we talk about our lives as gardens so that we can really envision what that looks like in real time, in real life. So companion planting, let's talk about it in the physical garden. In the garden, some plants are placed next to others to repel pests, to attract beneficial insects like your earthworms, your roly-polies, to improve growth. And so, for example of that is marigolds. Marigolds come and they attract bees. Bees are pollinators, so we need these around our garden. Even though they don't hurt me, but they make me hurt myself sometimes. But I did good the other day, y'all, because those furry bees, the boreal bees, so hard to say, but them big juicy furry bees, they just be buzzing around, but they be they be making me nervous. But the other day I just did what I had to do. I just ducked and dodged them as they was playing with each other, whatnot. But anyway, sorry, that wasn't a distraction. That was just an insert of my life story. But they are necessary. They are necessary. Everything plays a role, right? So although we have our companion plants, we have to understand that the companion plants will not replace the main plant. And the main plant is in our life garden is our assignment plants, right? We equated that to that. Those are the seeds that God plants inside of us before we were born. They don't replace those plants. They are here to support them. So let's talk about companion planting in life. In life, companion planting looks like healthy relationships, wise counsel, learning environments, disciplined habits, routines, and a supportive community like we talked about earlier. These are not your assignments, though. Please understand, these are not your assignments, but they protect and strengthen your assignment. Let me tell you something. When I was going through my journey, I had several jobs. Those jobs were not my assignments. They were my companion plants at that time. So I was getting paid to learn the skills and the principles that I would need to complete my assignments. So I was planning in these corporations. I was planning in these small businesses. I was planning in those things. Well, actually, they were planted in my garden of life. They were my life experience. And I just so happened to get paid for my life experience. This is where it gets tight, but it's right. Sometimes we confuse weeds with companion plants, okay? Some things that feel like support, but they're actually weeds. And we talked about getting rid of those weeds in our garden a couple of videos ago. And so an example of that is constant validation seeking. It feels like support, but it weakens your identity because you're always leaning on someone else to tell you that you did a good job. And that's not what we do, because putting that power in their hand, everybody has an opinion. And to them, sometimes if it doesn't benefit them, then what you're doing is not a good job. Okay. If they are actually weeds in your garden and not companion plants, most of the time, if your assignment is not words are hard today, benefiting them, then they be like, oh, that's all right. Oh, are you going out there again? Like, do you need to go to the food pantry again? Are you getting with that single mama again? Like, she ain't learned nothing the first time. Like, all of these are weeds that need to be pulled out. Another one that I have no idea about, because like I said, I was hyper independent, over dependent on others. So you're always saying, what do you think? What would you do? What do you think? Or, oh my gosh, I can't go here. If you don't come with me, I can't go. Or, I feel like I need to go over there, but I need somebody to go with me. It's giving Moses at this point. So Moses was not confident. Moses of the Bible was not confident in his giftings. Was not confident in what God had planted inside of him. So he made all these excuses like, I don't speak well. Nobody's going to listen to me. Blah, 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 blah. I need somebody. Send somebody else. Don't send me. See if somebody else can do it. Get somebody else to do it. And so God was like, you know what? God was so frustrated with Moses, he almost took him out, except for Moses' wife pleading on his behalf. He would have been taken out because God was so frustrated with him. And I know sometimes he be frustrated with me too. Because it's like, yo, I'm telling you what to do. Why you second guessing what I'm telling you to do? Why you not just acting in obedience? I'm better now and I'm getting better. And sometimes I have my moments. But I know he was frustrated with me. And I thank God for whoever stepped in on my behalf so I wouldn't be struck down. Another thing that I definitely struggle with, I do struggle with this one. Distractions disguised as rest. Okay. Yes, we need rest. Yes, we need rest. We need, mama, you need rest. And because two things can be true at the same time, don't over rest. Don't be like, I don't feel like it today just because you don't feel like it. Not because you've been busy, not because you've been productive, not because you've been aligned, not because you've been obedient, but you just like, I don't feel like it today. Bump that assignment. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't want to do it. So I'm going to rest. God said we need rest. God said we need to take a Sabbath. Honey, he said one Sabbath, not 7. Okay? One Sabbath day. And that. Then you have the noise that's disguised as community. So you got your people that you hang out with. You got the people that's online. Oh, let's equate it to this. You got your people that you want to learn from, your mentors that are online. And this is me. I'm guilty of this. Have been guilty of this. It's like, oh, I need to listen to them so that I can get the knowledge that I need, and then I'll work. But then, honey, be like 3 or 4 videos in, and them videos is like an hour. So I done wasted 3 hours, or I have put in 3 hours. I can't even say invested, because am I going to execute or am I just listening? So a lot of times you're seeing these creators that are doing something that you feel like you could do, and you kind of want to not necessarily in comparison, or maybe in comparison, but you're just kind of looking to get tips, and then your looking turns into hours, and you get the tips, but you never execute them. That's noise disguised as community. Pull that out. Understand, in your garden, you have responsibilities. So we talked about watering your garden yesterday, or in the last video, which was yesterday. Go me 2 days in a row. Okay. Y'all working on it. So you have your responsibility. So God plans the assignments, but you have free will. You have decisions that you have to make. You have to decide what voices are you going to listen to, what habits you're going to build, what environments you're going to stay in, and what relationships you're going to nurture. You are planting companions every day. Either you're planting companions or you're planting weeds. You're planting something every day based on your decisions. So as kingdom citizens, if you listen to that video, we are multipliers. So the right companions will multiply your growth. The right companions will protect your peace, sharpen your thinking, strengthen your discipline, and reinforce your identity. They don't compete with your assignment. They help it flourish. So if I'm telling one of my friends that I feel like this is the assignment on my life, and she's not a cheerleader or he's not a cheerleader, then that's a weed. Now, they may have questions, and because you have seen your assignment, or because you know most of your assignment, you're able to answer them. But even if you're not able to answer them, they're not saying, if they're truly a companion, they're not going to say, see, you don't even know what you're doing. Or see, you think you ready for that? Girl, if God said you ready, right? And like we say, roots before fruits. And people are not going to see them roots that are growing underground. People are looking at the fruits, right? That's what attracts people, right? They're not attracted to a garden bed that just looks like dirt. They get excited when they start seeing the leaves, when they start seeing the fruit, when they start seeing the flowers budding. That's what gets us excited. But the thing of it is, if you have a companion plant, your companion plant is down in the roots. They have access to the roots, so they can see the intricacies that's going on. And even if they don't understand everything of it, they know that it's right. So they will understand what your assignment vision is. They will grasp onto that vision because they know that they're there to root you on. They may not understand it. So I'll take that back. They may not understand it, but they know you, and they know whatever you're doing is something aligned, right? Especially if they're really close, because companion plants are really close to you. Some of them are here for a season, right? They come in and come out. So about time you need those companion plants, your flowers are already blooming. They are seeing some fruits. The ones that are seeing the roots that are growing along with your assignment, those are your day ones. Like, those are the people that God knew that you're going to need in your life. Those are, for me, it's my best friends. It's my inner circle. My circle is my husband. It's my friends. They know that they have walked with me on this journey for years. And they have seen the back and forth. They have seen the things that didn't make sense. They have seen all the websites. They have seen all of the domain names. They have seen all of the businesses here and there and to and fro. They have been with me on jobs and all the things. And now, in this season, for me, I'm so grateful that it's becoming so clear on how all of my plants, all of the seeds that God has planted in me, are now making my garden just united. It's coming together in clarity. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of it's making sense, and all of it's in what all of the plants in my garden is cohesive. Now we have a cohesive garden. Everything is feeding into the next thing. Everything makes sense now. And my day ones, they know. Even if y'all been here with me on Facebook, on social media, we're on YouTube right now. Even if you've been with me on YouTube, I started out doing makeup, hair. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I work with children. Now I'm working with moms and children. I'm not doing too much with hair anymore. I'm not doing anything with makeup. I'm only doing my own hair, and I don't even wear any makeup. You may see some skincare stuff from me, but it has evolved. And so those were things that I needed along the way for my journey. Okay. And even though those plants are not growing right now, those plants are not producing fruit. My cosmetology plant is not producing fruit for me right now. Even so, it may be producing fruit only because now I'm able to do hair for single moms. Like, I have a client right now, 5 kids in the home, 2 girls, 1 boy. One boy has locks. And then the other 2 girls just have a beautiful, thick, long hair. And it takes a toll on you to do all of the hair all at once. So I'm able to jump in where I can and do hair like that. So even that adds, like, you never know where your journey is taking you. And that could be, for me as an ex-control person, like, I needed to control everything. At first, that was scary for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like not knowing. I didn't like not knowing what the next step. I didn't like knowing what the next phase or the next stage or the next season was going to look like. I ain't like that. I didn't like that at all. But I'm growing, I am evolving, and I'm learning to trust God more. Okay, I trusted him, but not with everything. Now I'm living a life of obedience and surrender. And honey, for me, it's challenging, but it's worth it. So my garden of life is growing, and I'm learning how to cultivate that even more. So I'm asking myself this week, and I want you to ask yourself this week too. What have I added to my life that is helping my assignment grow? And what might be hurting it? Sit on that question, answer that question for yourself. If you want to answer in the comments, feel free. Please add to the conversation in the comments. I would love us to have a conversation in regards to the Garden of Life series. There's several more videos that I have. Just click on that playlist. I think you will enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it. If you enjoy it, go ahead and give it a like. If you enjoy the whole series, go ahead and subscribe. If you know that somebody else could use these words, go ahead and share it to about five of your friends or internet buddies or whatever the case may be, because we want as many ears to hear this as possible. So, because if everybody is cultivating their garden, then the whole world will start looking different. If you and your neighbor are cultivating your garden, and then that neighbor sees the neighbor that can't see you, and then the whole community, now we have a whole community garden, and then we can have a whole field, and then we can produce and harvest things for the nations. This is what it's all about. It's beyond me. It's beyond me and mine. It's beyond you and yours. Okay? It's about the nation. It's about the world. Right? It's about cultivating our garden so that we can feed the people that are starving, that we can help those that are struggling. This is what it's all about. So remember, in a world full of chaos, always focus on the good. And the good right now is the cultivation of your garden of life. Until next time, toodles.